amigos, it is I, El Scriblo, and I am here today with my amigo, El Vikingo. And we are here to do some movie trivia and to do some win. Tell them what you're going to do, Vikingo.
Well, today I'm facing the angel. I've never seen an angel before. I've caught glimpses of Valkyrie taking my fallen brethren up to Valhalla. You won't be taking me to Valhalla today, Death Angel. Today I shall be victorious in battle. And I'll win for El Circo Magnifico.
So today I'm going to be facing a Viking. The last time I played, it was not really what I can do. But this time I studied harder than I ever did, and I guess a Viking will fall today. So let's get the show started.
What's up, Face-Off fanatics? Welcome once again to the Movie Trivia Face-Off. I am the most exciting man in the Movie Trivia Face-Off, the Elk. Thrilled to be here for another Geektacular matchup galore. We've got two great competitors coming in. Andrea, the Angel Malabag versus Garth, Viking McMurray. And a little representation for the Viking by his manager, Scribs. Lots of colorful characters, including the guy sitting next to me today and calling this wonderful matchup. Welcome to Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly.
Oh, it's good to see you. It's good to be here. You know, I really am looking forward to calling this match. We've got an Angel and we've got a Viking. That alone should bring in more viewers than we've ever had before.
Angel versus Viking. Is that going to be the new hit movie like Sharknado in the next couple of years? We will, of course, find out. And Joe, before we get into this matchup, you are a guy who has a lot of knowledge in this area. People talk your name, I think, when Geektacular comes up. So what do you think we're going to see out of these two competitors today?
I think we're going to see a really good match. I've seen these guys across the fan leagues. I've played with Garth as part of a team in a different league, and I've also played against the Angel in some Harry Potter exhibition matches. So we know she knows her wizarding world. The thing is, we need to see how they're going to do when it comes to actually having those 15 seconds or so to answer these questions. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And regardless of what happens in this match, I think there's going to be a lot of managers fighting for the Angel once this match is done.
All right, a good prospect, says Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly. And what I say is I am so happy to get into it with these two coming into the Geektacular arena. And of course, they're playing not just for a win today, but for their draw into World War Geek. The winner of this matchup moving on with the chance, we say it over and over again, to become the first ever Movie Trivia Face-Off Geektacular champion. You'll have to stop the guy sitting next to me, and they will find out at the end of today's matchup what number they have drawn if they come out with the big win. Can't get much more exciting than that. And another number revealed to you, the Face-Off fanatics. Joe, I've got two great competitors. I've got a fantastic friend on the desk. Are you ready to do this thing?
Oh, I cannot wait.
All right, fans, then let's get ready to face off. All right, and now to bring in the competitors, introducing first, being represented by his manager, El Scriblo. He is Garth, the Viking, Harkness McMurray. The Viking always looking fierce, but will he be fierce enough to take down this challenge and make his way into World War Geek? Introducing his opponent, making her way to the ring. She is Andrea, the Angel Malabag. Hello, welcome to you, Andrea, as well. Two competitors ready to go. I know you're both excited for the chance to move forward and get into World War Geek. Maybe just find yourself with a shiny new fashion accessory for your summer wear. So I will go to both of our competitors now, and I will ask both of you, Garth, to you first. Are you ready to go?
I'm always ready for battle.
All right, the Viking looking intimidating. And Angel, are you ready?
The choirs are calling. I'm ready.
All right, a couple of good contenders here on the desk. Joe will be asking your first question in round number 1, but before we do that, here are your rules for the first round. In the first round in the Movie Trivia Face-Off Geektacular division, each competitor will receive 10 questions from 10 various categories in the Geektacular universe. Each of these questions will be worth 1 point. Once we have asked you a question, you will have approximately 15 seconds to write your best attempt at an answer on your whiteboard. Once we call for you by name, please show your whiteboard to the camera and verbalize your answer at the same time. Throughout the course of this match, each player will, of course, have 3 repeats. If you need a little more time, use a repeat. You got 3 of them, and they can help you get that answer. You got your challenge in the match if you don't agree with how a question was written or the answer given by our question writing team. We do take that criticism. Give us the challenge. If it is upheld, you will keep your challenge. If it is overturned, you will lose your challenge and will not have it for the rest of the match. And as always, as we are a video fan league, we remind our competitors while questions are being asked and throughout the course of the question portion of the match, please keep your hands and whiteboards on screen at all time. With the rules in place and our questions ready, I'm going to throw it to a man who I've been looking forward to working with. Let's get it going, Joe Farrelly.
3 rounds to a finish. Your first question comes in the category of DC movies. Which film, adapted from a DC Comics imprint, contains President Richard Nixon, a man with a doomsday sign, and a smiley face button?
You know, one of the reasons I love watching Geektacular so much, Joe, is I grew up a comic book nerd, not always appreciated, but now everybody's watching the stuff that I was on 20 years ago. I guess that makes the elk a hipster.
You were there before it was cool.
That's true. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pens down, and we start with Garth.
The comic I read every year, Watchmen.
That is correct for 1 point. Andrea, what did you have?
The Watchmen.
And we've got off to a perfect start here. Fantastic start. You love to see it.
Perhaps my favorite Zack Snyder film. Come at me, Internet. Your next question, folks, will be coming to you in the category of another favorite, Star Trek. Star Trek will be your category.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does the matter?
In Watchmen, no.
Okay, you're saying the Watchmen. There's no the Watchmen.
Well, would you like to throw down a challenge, Viking? Would you like to confer with your manager?
I'll confer. I'll confer with my manager. I don't think it's worth a challenge, but he might. Basically, the movie's Watchmen. There's no the. And if I'm guessing there's a movie, The Watchmen, but it wouldn't be in DC movies. So it's probably not worth challenging, right?
Yeah, I don't know on this one, man.
All right, I won't bother challenging because it's a DC movie. She obviously knows what movie it is. You know.
Yeah, I'm not
All
sure.
right, the Viking is going to show some mercy. Thank you for your help, El Scriblo. Pleasure to see you. See you at the mixer afterwards. Folks, we are going to go ahead with that second question. As mentioned, no challenge on the board. Your second category, Star Trek. A trek, as you would, through the stars. Who plays Spock's mother, Amanda, in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek? You a classic Star Trek guy, Joe? New Star Trek guy?
A bit of both. I definitely lean towards the classics. I definitely have an affinity more for the next generation movies. I don't hate Insurrection as much as a lot of people do.
I think that's an opinion people are coming around to. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No repeats. We go to the Angel.
I don't have it.
No answer from the Angel. And Garth,
Winona Ryder.
successful for the initial lead and to remain perfect only through 2. Lots of time to go.
Your third question now comes in the category of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What are the first names of both the Carter women who work for S.H.I.E.L.D. in the MCU films?
Could I get a technical repeat on that one?
You can get a technical repeat, of course you can. In MCU, What are the first names of both the Carter women who work for S.H.I.E.L.D. in the MCU movies? I think I'd make a pretty good S.H.I.E.L.D. employee, pre-Hydra.
I mean, I don't want to be a S.H.I.E.L.D. employee. Their workplace gets blown up as often as the mansion.
You're asking
Yes.
for both.
We are asking for both. And we will give you the countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pens down and going back with Garth.
Peggy and her niece Sharon.
Peggy and Sharon, we will accept. Andrea, what do you have?
Margaret and Sharon.
That is also acceptable.
I was going to say Margaret. Peggy is the nickname for Margaret.
That's correct.
Definitely acceptable answers.
I have no problem with that. That did cross my mind when I was looking at that one. Definitely, Margaret, an acceptable answer there. Let's keep it going on and move forward into question number 4 to you. Both doing well so far. Your category, mixed bag. And your question is, who is Persephone married to in The Matrix Revolutions? We're looking for the character's name.
Ooh, spelling doesn't count, right?
Spelling will not count as long as you get relatively close. Maybe giving some clues to her opponent there, Joe. I don't know about that one.
Well, we don't mind spelling too much here, unless it's Shyamalan.
All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shyamalan, that's spelled with a Q, right? All right, we will go now and get the answer first from Andrea.
It's the Merovingian.
The Merovingian, not correctly spelt, but very correctly pronounced. We're going to accept that, unless there's a challenge, of course. Garth, what did you have?
No challenge, but I didn't get that.
It's the Merovingian, a French name in honor of Jimmy Deary, no doubt.
And Andrea tying up the game there, bringing it all level as we go into the 5th question of round 1. 5th question coming in the category of Marvel movies. Which actor portrayed Reed Richards in 2005's Fantastic Four?
This is what you want to see out of a match, Joe? Keeping it nice and tight, both answering well.
Absolutely. We love to see matches that go across the board and go into round 3. I don't know what it's like. But
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pens down, going to Garth first.
Don't know if I can spell his name. Young Griffith.
We will accept it. That is perfectly spelled well. 1 left.
Almost. Very, very close, and close enough for this one.
Andrea, what have you got?
Johan Griffith.
That is the correct spelling, too. Well done. Well, did not expect to see them both hit that one. I almost said when that question was asked that your spelling won't count on this one either. Well, knew we'd see that come up.
Garth, his sister dated Michael Chiklis, the thing in that.
Well, she was definitely enjoying the Shield then. Let's move on. Your next question will come in the category of the Wizarding World. Wizarding World. Can you please tell us, what animal does Dolores Umbridge display prominently in her office and classroom?
I don't need to ask you, Elk, what animal you would prominently display, do we?
I mean, I prominently display myself all the time. That's why the cops keep calling. 5,
I think that's
4,
time for a countdown.
3, 2, way ahead of you, pal. 1. All right. So let's go ahead to Andrea.
Cats.
Cats is correct. And Garth.
Nope, I didn't get that one.
Ooh, tough miss, but still a tight match.
Andrea taking the lead there, a 1-point lead as we go into your next question, which comes from the category of movie quotes. Movie quotes. Severus Snape tells Harry Potter, "You have your mother's blank."
This is why I have fun with the first round as well. People doing well is always good. When you have a tight match, that's great. But every now and then, one of them sneaks through that I actually know the answer to.
I believe you're fairly strong in this category, Elk.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Garth, what have you had? What do you have?
I have eyes.
That's Spirit for 1 point. And Andrea.
Ice.
No misses there. No misses there. Another clean sweep from our two competitors.
Well done in one magical setting. Let's see how well you can do in your next one as we come to question number 8 of 10 in Middle Earth. In The Hobbit, what is the riddle Bilbo uses accidentally, which enrages Gollum for being against the rules, for which Bilbo gives Gollum 3 guesses? What is the accidental riddle Bilbo uses, for which Bilbo is giving 3 guesses to Gollum? That one was a bit of a toughie. I'll have to talk to the question writer afterwards, see what they were thinking.
Yeah, I just memorized all the riddles from Batman 66 and Batman Forever. I need to get around to some other riddles.
Tear one off and scratch their head. What once was red is black instead. Love that film. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we go to Andrea.
What is in my pocket?
That is incorrect. That is not incorrect. That is correct. I am sorry. That is correct for a point. Any variation, it is said a couple different ways. Garth?
I got worried because that's what I wrote. What is
in my pocket acceptable? Multiple different ways it is said throughout the course of that scene, and anything close, we're giving you that point. It is round 1. Don't worry. We're not that mean.
Speak for yourself as we go into our next question, which is from the category of the DCEU, or the Worlds of DC, whatever they're calling it now. And your question, which character is the last to leave Commissioner Gordon on the roof in Justice League?
You know, for the new era of DCEU films, I'm thinking maybe we start calling them DIBU films because they're drastically improved, but seriously underwatched.
It's a series that has its fans, but also has its detractors.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And let's go to Garth. What do we got?
The Flash.
That is correct for 1 point. And Andrea.
The Flash.
Keeping it tight here. Both competitors with a really good showing so far.
Absolutely. Andrea, one question remains for her and for Garth both, but of course she's a little bit closer to that perfect round. Nobody going to get there today. Andrea could come razor close and get within 1 point of it. That said, a lot can happen at the end of a round 1 like this. Garth just behind her. So your final question coming your way will be a very important one. Will they be tied? Will they be separated? Here we go. The category is Star Wars. About what location does Obi-Wan Kenobi say, "You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy"? Real hard not to do an accent.
Must be South London.
That may be accurate. I've seen some Guy Ritchie films.
I've been there.
I am there.
And we will give you 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens down. Andrea.
Mos Eisley.
Mos Eisley is correct for that big point. Garth.
Mos Eisley.
Well done by both of them, and well done round indeed. 8 to 9 coming out of round number 1. This is a competition, Joe.
That was a great first round. 2 misses for Garth, 1 for Andrea, keeping it tight. Now we're going to the all-important round 2.
That's right. You love it. You hate it. You absolutely dread its very existence, or you want to get married tomorrow right to it. That's right. It's the wheel and the wheel round, round number 2. Here are your rules for round number 2, the wheel round. In this round, each competitor will receive a spin of the category wheel. That category wheel will contain various Geektacular categories. Today, your categories on the wheel will include DCEU, Marvel, Wizarding World, Star Wars, MCU, Middle-earth, comic book adaptations, DC, Star Trek, The Matrix, and of course, opponents and spinner's choice. We're seeing some of those new categories coming up for you. In this round, each question will be getting a value of 2 points. If you do not know the answer, you may ask for multiple choice, in which case the value of the question goes down to 1. And you'll be given 4 answers, one of which will be the correct answer. If you miss your question for any reason, you run out of time, fail to answer, or give an incorrect answer, steals are live. Your opponent can take those points right back off of you. So, of course, it is a very important. All the repeats and challenges, I believe, still in effect at this moment. And we will go to our competitors with the round number 2 rules out of the way. Andrea, you are currently enjoying a 1-point lead. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer to the Viking?
I'm going to spin first.
Round and round, she will go as always. Joe, the wheel round. While it's spinning around, what do you think about this wheel round? What's the strategy a player needs to have?
I think you need to know what you're strong in. I think you definitely need to have a good think about, because you know these are going to be deeper cuts. You know they are, so you need to be confident.
They are deep cuts, and is she going to be confident in Middle Earth? Middle Earth.
I'm going to keep it.
All right, Middle Earth coming her way. All right, she is going to keep Middle Earth. Now, normally, Joe, I would never turn down an opportunity to be the first at anything, but this category is Middle Earth, and I'm sure you can pronounce them better than I can. Why don't you go ahead and give the questions to Andrea?
Let's go for it. Let's see how we do with the old pronouncing. Starting round 2, you spun Middle Earth. You decided to keep it, no respins. Your first question in Middle Earth. What is the name of Smeagol's fishing companion who he murders when he first discovers the ring?
Deagle.
That is correct for 2 points. Great start for Andrea. Moving on to your second question. What is the name of Isildur's broken sword that is reforged into Anduril?
Narsil.
That is correct for another 2 points. Your third question in Middle Earth. How many total Academy Awards did the original Lord of the Rings trilogy win?
That's a head scratcher. Ooh.
I'm going to go multiple choice on that one.
Yeah, of course you can. You can go multiple choice. Your multiple choice options are A, 15, B, 16, C, 17, D, 18.
I'm going to go 16.
That is incorrect. Garth, for the steal, your options again are A, 15, B, 16, C, 17, or D, 18.
I'm going to go with C, 17.
That is a big 1 point steal for Garth.
Very important to take a steal off an opponent when you're neck and neck at the end of round 1.
Very, very important steal there. Let's see if Andrea can get back into it with her fourth question in the second round. Who is the first voice we hear in the Fellowship of the Ring?
Galadriel.
Straight back in with the 2 points for Andrea. Your final question in round 2. In The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, how can Bilbo understand the spider's language?
He was wearing the ring.
That is another 2 points for Andrea. A really great showing in round 2 there. Had that one miss which Garth managed to steal, but otherwise absolutely perfect. 2 points all around.
And of course, that steal could be extra important for Garth because now he's in range to overtake going into the all-important round number 3, but he does have to have an amazing round. So let's get his manager, that luchador lovable guy, right on in here. Let's get that wheel back up, and let's get ready for Garth's round number 2. All right, Garth, at your ready, you may spin that wheel. Your manager is, of course, on hand, should you need him. The way we go, coming around to a category we talk about a lot here in the MTFO, Star Wars.
Well, El Scriblo, I'm pretty good in Star Wars, but I'm very good in a bunch of others. I've like to
Okay.
take things on another step.
That's up to you. If you think that there are a bunch of other ones you do better at, maybe another spin because you know the Star Wars. Those going to be some deep cuts because we do a lot of Star Wars questions.
All right, and we will need a decision
Well,
in
but the deep cuts.
5, 4,
Another spin, please.
3. We are re-spinning that wheel, spinning away from Star Wars. Does not like a galaxy far, far away. Let's see what comes up instead. It will be a very good respin indeed as we come down on Spinner's Choice.
That's how you do it, amigo.
Everybody wants to see.
Spinner's Choice for Garth. Garth, if you need your categories again, please let me know. I'll be happy to give those to you.
I will go with MCU.
MCU is the category. We are going MCU for round number 2 for you, Garth. Not a problem. And Garth, your round number 2 category has been selected as MCU. Question number 1. In Black Panther, where does Killmonger say he wants to be buried?
Warrior Falls.
I'm sorry, one more time.
At Warrior Falls.
At Warrior Falls, incorrect. Without the option for multiple choice, Andrea, in Black Panther, where does Killmonger say he wants to be buried?
Wants to be buried with his father.
That is also incorrect. He wants to be buried in the ocean with his ancestors who jumped off of the boats. In the ocean was the answer we were looking for. Question number 2 in MCU, Garth. What is the name of the geneticist who develops the cradle and has a crush on Thor in Avengers: Age of Ultron?
Oh. I'm going to need multiple on this one.
We can do that for you. Your multiple choice options are A, Dr. Kelly Hu, B, Dr. Helen Cho, C, Dr. Wendy Han, D, Dr. Ellen No.
B.
B, Helen Cho, correct. Makes that point. Good use of multiple choice there by Garth. We are going to go halfway into the round. Question number 3 for you, Garth, in MCU. What is the first word of the Winter Soldier's activation code?
Rusted.
Rusted. Incorrect, unfortunately, which means once again with no option for the multiple choice. I'm sorry, the steal to you, Andrea. What is the first word of the Winter Soldier's activation code? Five, 4, 3, 2. Again?
I have no answer.
No answer. We were looking for longing. Longing was the answer. Garth having a little bit of trouble. Let's see if he can rebound. Now, question number 4 in MCU. How many Marvel one-shot short films are there?
If I go multiple,
5,
it's going to be close numbers. So
4,
I'm going to say 4.
3. He says 4. So we go over to the Angel. How many Marvel one-shot short films are there?
You can see 3.
Should have gone in the other direction. It was 5. 5 is the answer we were looking for. And Garth, your final question in the category MCU. In Guardians of the Galaxy, what is the name of the dog in the Collector's Museum?
Is it Cosmo?
That's what he needed. That's what we wanted to hear. Cosmo is the correct answer. 2 more points on the board for Garth. So Spinner's Choice not quite turning out how he liked, but able to make sure to close that gap up a little as the round closed out and keep himself well within striking distance. Anything can happen, as you know, Joe. In round number 3, when that 5-pointer comes down, your brain can turn off.
Well, in Geek, not so much. I've never played a round 3 in Geek.
Fair enough. I should have remembered who I was talking to. That said, our competitors today, no technical knockouts, no knockouts so far. Technical still just barely possible as we move on into round number 3.
You look at that gap as well. You see that 5-point gap. You know it's not over. All it takes is Garth to be perfect and Andrea to miss her 5-pointer, and we're going straight to sudden death. Anything could happen.
Certainly that is the goal, and it would be exciting to see as they started off so neck and neck. Let's find out what happens moving into your final round. Your rules for round number 3 in the Movie Trivia Face-Off Geektacular division are as follows. Each competitor will be giving us 3 numbers. These numbers will range between 1 and 19. 1 and 19. Once you have selected your numbers, we will be giving you 3 questions, each from a different category corresponding to those numbers. Your first question worth 2 points, your second worth 3, and your final question worth 5 big points. You still have your repeats and challenges in effect, and stealing is no longer active. Your opponents cannot take those answers from you, so please say something, say anything. Oh my God. Just kidding. We love those dramatic moments here on the Movie Trivia Face-Off. Can't get more dramatic than a round number 3. So let's go to our competitors. At the moment, Andrea, you currently enjoy a 5-point lead over Garth. Would you like to select your numbers for us, please?
That would be between what numbers again? Could you get the repeat?
1 through 19.
Okay, I'm gonna take 1, 8, and 12.
1, 8, and 12. Oh, this is all right. 1, 8, and 12 for Andrea and for Garth.
She took one of mine. I'll go 4, 9, 15.
4, 9, and 15. Is that correct, Garth?
Yes.
Okay, 4, 9, and 15 for Garth. All right, round number 3 is here, and now it is time for Garth to show that knowledge and see if he can move ahead and force it back to Andrea. Let's find out. Your first category was Joe. Which number did he have?
He picked category number 4.
4. Category number 4 for your 2-pointer. And that category, Garth, scores and soundtracks. Your question. Who composed the score for Batman 89?
That would be
5, 4, 3. Absolutely. Your question is, who composed the score for Batman 89? Joe, great time for the use of that repeat. When you come into round 3, you want to get those points, take those few extra seconds if needed.
Absolutely. You need to keep your repeats sometimes. So if you need them, you need them.
I heard Danny Elfman, and Danny Elfman is the correct answer. Garth, that's going to give you 2 more big points and take you up to 14, which means we move on to your next question. With this question, you could tie with Andrea and throw it over to her to answer some questions. Joe, what was his second category, please?
Category number 9.
Category number 9. Number 9, Garth, to tie the game, your category is villains. Villains. And your question. In The Losers, what is the name of the main villain the losers are trying to take down? Five, 4, 3, 2.
repeat.
Your repeat of the question in villains. In The Losers, what is the name of the main villain the losers are trying to take down?
I never understood that title. I've seen it, and I believe they win in the end.
I think you might be right about that one. It's been a while. 5, 4.
I'm not pulling
3,
it. I'll say Luther.
2. Luther is incorrect, although if you were a fan of the first Mission Impossible, you might have also thought to say Max, which would have been the correct answer. Max. I'm going to save that question for the singles division, of course, which means it comes down to this. Garth, the Viking, you have one question remaining. If you hit this question, it goes back to Andrea, and she will need to hit at least her 3 to win the match. If you miss it, then you will be out of this match. Let's go to your final category, Joe.
Category number 15.
Category number 15 it is. Thank you very much, Joe. Some trouble with my note-taking. Joe is just being a great co-host. Question number 5. Garth, with one repeat on the board, your question is, in the Avengers Infinity War, which Infinity Stone is found placed in the thumb section of the completed Infinity Gauntlet? Looking for the stone in the thumb. And 5, 4, 3, 2. And your winner, by way of technical knockout, Andrea the Angel Malabag. Andrea managing to pull out the victory we were looking for. Joe.
Time Stone.
The Time Stone. Time Stone. Actually, a very well fought match all the way to the end from Garth. Definitely good use of the strategy. A tough round 2 after Spinner's Choice. Not what he was hoping when he selected that category. And Andrea manages to take that big win, which means not only does she have a W on her record, not only is she moving forward into World War Geek, but you fans, you're going to get to find out exactly when she's entering that matchup as her number is revealed right after this match. Stay around for that one. But of course, I want to say, Joe, it's been great to be on the desk with you for this one. Any thoughts before we throw it away to the interviews?
No, this was a really good match. It had everything you wanted. It had a really tight, close round 1. It had great round 2 from Andrea. It had a Spinner's Choice thrown in there, and then it went all the way down to at least one competitor's 5.0, which is what you want from a match like this, especially getting this close to World War Geek, where everybody is fighting and jostling for a position in that match.
Well, it may just be training to get ready when you step into the ring in the GEEKTACULAR division right now. But Andrea, she'd better be ready because she's making her way into that matchup. I'm sure she's thrilled, and I'm sure Garth a little disappointed. We'll hear from them, and of course from Garth's manager, El Scriblo, as we take it to your post-match interviews. Take it away.
Well, thank you very much for that, Mr. Elk. My name is Corey Morset. I'm the Right Honorable Geek Minister of the Movie Trivia Face-Off here today with the vanquished Garth the Viking Harkness McMurray, and of course his manager El Scriblo. Garth, I think you've been studying, my friend. You know, your first match at GEEKTACULAR, you only managed 3 points. You got 12 here today. That is a huge improvement. Has El Scriblo been putting your feet to the fire and getting you studying a lot more movies?
Yeah, he's a tough manager. He knows how to crack the whip on me.
He certainly looks like a tough manager. I know I don't want to mess with him in a dark alley. El Scriblo, how did you think your competitor fared here today? Really a marked improvement over his first match.
Oh, absolutely. I think he do very good today, you know, and we have been doing the trainings, and, you know, with him and my muchacho, the wolf, and, you know, we're all getting better. And that's what we want to do, because we're all going to be champions one of these days. You know, I said it before, you know, when I manage, I don't want somebody that's already a champion. We want to earn it, you know, man. We want to get there. You know what I'm talking about, Big Papa.
Oh, yes, I know. And your man here, the Viking, turning some heads here today, I think. Round 1. Now, in your first match, Garth, you may remember you only got 2 points in round 1 against Chris the Lone Wolf Diaz. You got 8 here today. Really great improvement, although Wizarding World still causing you some grief. Have you watched those movies again yet?
I have, and I did get one right today. So that's an improvement. But getting Spinner's Choice in the second round was very lucky. I took a risk spinning away from Star Wars, which I know, but I know those go very deep sometimes, and so I was worried. So I got Spinner's Choice, got MCU, but man, I had a problem with MCU today, and I'm very disappointed in myself. I'm going to have to rewatch them all again.
Not a bad punishment, I think. All those movies are great, but yeah, you'll find MCU is very similar to Star Wars in that those questions are asked a lot, so they tend to be a little deeper cuts. And we saw a couple of deeper cuts. There was a couple of softballs in there, but like the one-shot question, you have to kind of go back and remember just how many were there, and so there was a little deeper cuts in here, a little tougher on you, but you still you're only down by 5 heading into round 3, which is a decent spot. You still got to answer 2 questions, but you want to be at most down by 5, I think. So you had a shot. You hit your scores and soundtracks after a repeat, which is great use. But then villains and weapons technology, magical objects, just really a loser's question. Like, come on. I've never even seen that movie. And then everybody's seen the Infinity Gauntlet, but who's actually paid attention to where each stone was? El Scriblo, your final thoughts here on this match today and how your competitor fared.
Me Vikingo, he do much better than his last GEEKTACULAR match, and he's going to do even better next time. Is he in the qualifier?
He is in the qualifier. Yep, he's still got one more shot to get into World War Geek. All he's got to do is win the qualifier. Now we're going to draw for those numbers in a few weeks, leading up to the end of May. So who knows if Garth can pull a good number in that qualifier and win a couple of rounds, maybe we'll see him in the big match.
I think maybe you do see him in the big match.
Well, Garth, nothing to hang your head over today, my friend. You did a fantastic job. 12 points in a geek match is not too shabby at all. But go ahead and watch those MCU movies again. At least they're good. You're not watching Transformers or anything stupid like that. So thank you very much for joining us here today, El Scriblo and Garth. And when we come back, we'll have our winner, Andrea Malabag. And we are back with the Angel, Andrea Malabag. Congratulations on your first win in the GEEKTACULAR division. How does it feel?
Awesome. It's awesome. Garth, despite being a little bit senile because he's like, should I say the Viking, because he's being a little bit senile because he's like, what, 1,000 years old? But yeah. He did well, but I'm better.
He did do well, and you were better today, that is for sure. We'll talk about your match in just a second, but I'm very anxious to let you know where exactly you're going to be entering in World War Geek, as you are now officially entered in that match. So if you just pay attention to the video here, we're going to start. The numbers are rolling. Here we go. Round and round they go. Where is Andrea going to be entering in World War Geek? Let's find out. It's coming down to number 13. Number 13, Andrea. So not too bad, actually, for only having one slice on that wheel, and it was going to be the winner of this match. Coming in at number 13, what are your thoughts coming in double digits here?
It's going to take a lot of work for me still to really win the whole thing, but I'm planning to, based on my studying techniques.
Well, and now you got to bone up on the cardio a little bit. Coming in at number 13, you may have to be sitting around for a couple hours answering trivia questions. So I'm sure you'll be upping your training regime after finding out your number. But your performance today, nothing short of spectacular. How about round 1? 9 points, just one away from the perfect round. And then you get into round 2. You spin it once, you get Middle Earth, you take it. And how about 8 out of a possible 10 points? We know you as definitely a fan of Wizarding World, but Middle Earth seems to be another big strength of yours.
It's one of those things that I keep hidden, and now I guess everyone knows.
I guess they do. Yeah, that was a very good 4 out of 5 possible questions. We didn't even have to get to your round 3 as you win by technical knockout. Andrea, maybe do you have anything to say to the GEEKTACULAR division? I think everyone is kind of putting you under the radar a little bit, not considering you much of a factor. But after your performance here today, I think you've been turning a lot of heads.
You know what? It's okay. Underestimate me all you want. I'm coming for the GEEKTACULAR. I'm coming for that title. One way or another, I'm going for that title. So get ready. The Death Angel is coming.
Well, there you have it, folks. The Death Angel is coming. Andrea, the Angel Malabag, and what? Sorry, I'm just getting notice here that we have somebody wanting to jump in on the call. Let's see who it is. El Scriblo, and Garth McMurray, what are you guys doing here?
Yes, well, I gotta say, I like that. Ninja de la Muerte. I have had my eye on you for a long time. You know, we talk a while back ago before I was even in the MTFO. And I say we should work together sometime.
What can you guys do for me? I mean, I just won against Garth.
What we can do for you is the same thing you can do for us. We all be stronger. This is a league where lots of people be making themselves in factions now, and being by yourself make it very tricky. But together, we're strong, and we can all win. And I know that you can be a champion.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you guys a shot. Let's do it.
Okay. This is our thing we do.
It's a thing, all right, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Andrea Malabag joining up with El Scriblo and Garth the Viking Harkness McMurray, along with their teammate Chris the Lone Wolf Diaz. This is quite a group you're collecting here, El Scriblo. Are you continuing to recruit now that you've got 3 members in your faction?
Well, you know what, Big Papa? That is for me to know and for you all to find out. But right now, we are Trace, and we are going to be strong. So you'll watch out for the Circle Magnifico, because we are here to win championships.
There you have it, folks. The Circo Magnifico, now 3 strong in the movie Trivia Face-Off. Let's send it back to the desk with Andrew the Elk Kelk and Joe Hot Fuzz Fairley.
And we are back. Thank you. As always, His Right Honorable Geek Minister Corey Morissette is handling those interviews. Looks like maybe we just needed one interview room as all the competitors coming together and showing up in force. That's right. Watch out for was Circo Maleficent. Was that right, Joe? I'll look it up later.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. No,
but Andrea the Angel coming out of that match as well with a well-fought victory, some good points on the board. And Joe, aside from yourself, you're a lot of talent in that World War Geek match. At 13, do you think that Andrea is the kind of player you're going to want to watch out for coming in late to that match? Or do you think she's going to fizzle out real quick?
It's tough to say. It's tough to say after today's performance. Anything could happen. We didn't see her answer any of the round 3 questions, so we can't say. But she almost perfect in round 1, almost perfect in round 2. With a little bit more training, and now with a manager on her side, it could be very, very, very interesting to see. Definitely one to watch. But now I'm going to have to think of a punchline to the joke: a wolf, a Viking, and an angel walk into a circus.
That is a head scratcher indeed. What's not a head scratcher is how exciting this match has been and how exciting all that we've got coming your way is, folks, here in the movie Trivia Face-Off. Don't forget our singles division rolling along. We've also got our Star Wars champion Ruben Colon defending and representing for the League of Shadows. Joe, I know you wanted me to say that one out loud. And of course, we've got a great team of folks here, all hoping that we've been able to entertain you today, that you've had a good time with us, and you'll be back to join us next time. In the between, while you're waiting, please reach out to all those folks scrolling by on the screen right now, your question writers, your editors, those folks from the Schmodown in our special thanks section. We love the Schmodown. You should check them out if you haven't already at patreon.com/Schmodown. And for myself, and a big thank you, of course, representing the desk today, Joe Hot Fuzz Fairley. Fantastic job. As always, looking forward to seeing you either competing or back up here with me. And folks, I'll see you next time we face off.
Wash your hands, stay indoors.